this is your girl, Michelle.
And this is your girl, Mariah, also known as Mariah.
And you are tuned into Melanin Voices. Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. So we have a special guest, which I'm super hyped to introduce. Asia, go ahead and say something.
Hi, guys. It's Asia Black, if you're nasty. And then you guys can find me on Instagram, just as Asia Black. I'm on Snapchat, Royal Black, And yeah, I'm out here. Hi.
Perfect. We're so happy to have you on the show. We're so hyped.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited about it.
Me too. Me too. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into it because we have a lot to talk about today. Let's go ahead and get into Melanin Media. First things first, Nelly and his rape case. A lot has happened from then, but what y'all think about whatever happened? Like, whatever.
I think it's super raggedy, especially now because the rape victim or alleged rape victim is trying to drop all charges. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I just don't understand what the point of all this was. Did you guys have some type of relationship that failed? Are you salty? But rape ruins lives, and it's embarrassing for him to have to be arrested and publicly criticized of raping somebody. So I'm just like, what is your purpose?
It definitely tarnishes your
exactly
credibility. It just tarnishes your name in general. I really feel like if it's not true, he definitely needs to sue for a defamation of character, because that's something that definitely happened. Like, people could have viewed him differently off of this rape charge, obviously, because that's something you don't play about.
You don't play about none of that because people do not let stuff go. So we're always going to think of Nelly as he raped some girl, even if it wasn't true or whatever the case may have been, which we don't know. Now it's all of this craziness happening in the media, and now she's dropping all of the charges, and then we're wondering why is it him, is it her, what really was it? So it's always a game. It wasn't. It was not pretty.
It's sad because I'm like, if you were lying about being raped, that takes away from all the actual rape victims.
It does. It's
something that happens. It's disgusting and it's sad. And for you to lie about something like that, if you are lying, whatever the case may be, I'm just that's not right, because that's not something to play about.
It's not.
It's really not. It's really not. And it's crazy. All of this, we're going to talk about a lot of sex today, y'all. So just be ready. The next thing on is, did y'all see that Amber Rose's dude? What's his name?
21 Savage. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
y'all
that.
Y'all know I do not listen. I do not listen to no new music.
She don't, y'all. When I tell y'all Shell is old, I'm not trying to be funny. She legit, her and Jeff listen to 90s R&B. That's it. Nothing else is allowed in their car. That's it. That's it. That's all.
I don't listen to them. Anyway, I guess he had her slut walk a week ago, and he had a sign that said, "I'm a hoe too," and everybody was going in on him.
I thought it was funny. He tried to support the girl.
He was, and I'm like, and you look a mess holding a sign that says, "I'm a hoe too." I'm sorry, what? What is the purpose of this? It's
when I see shit like that, excuse my language. When I see stuff like that, I be thinking this whole slut walk thing. I be like, what's the purpose? When I see crazy stuff like that, I still haven't grasped behind the purpose of the Amber Rose slut walk. Have you guys got into it? Do you guys have more information on why she does it? And
I mean,
I can only say what she says. She says it's for women empowerment and femininity and just being a feminist. That's what she says that the slut walk is for, and that's what it's portrayed to be. So. Yeah, that's I guess to answer your question. I don't know. What are you gonna say, Aisha? I kind of cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm just saying. I think it stems from her background because Amber Rose started off as a stripper. And, she's very provocative and showing off her curves in her body. And she said that she was slut shamed for a lot of the things that she wears and the things that she's done. And so she's saying that it's hit her life and she's still a woman and she still should be valued. And so she throws this whole thing trying to get that out there, but I'm with you, Michelle. I still don't understand it. I'm like, live your life. Who cares? Do you? I don't understand why we're having this big festival for it.
Celebration.
Yeah.
Hoopla. Yeah. I'm a hoe too. We walking around I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe and it's okay. Like I don't honestly I don't get it, but you know what? 21 Savage wouldn't be a hoe too.
You support
he can be
your
a hoe too.
I know
More
that's
power
right.
to them.
Y'all hosting
whatever.
That's beautiful.
Support your girl.
Speaking of support and loving, Janae just got a tattoo of Big Sean on her back of her arm, actually, like a portrait of him, color and everything, just the whole shebang.
It's so detailed. I was like, wow, like you.
It is. It looks like him.
Nobody else. That is Big Sean.
What do you do for the D? The D challenge for real is one. She has won the D challenge to. You know, she ain't got no ring. She ain't got no ring on her finger.
Her divorce was finalized like a couple of days ago.
She just got a ring off her finger, girl.
Yeah. Like her divorce was just finalized, I want to say like a couple of days or like a week ago. And she got Big Sean's whole face tattooed on her. And I'm like, baby, what are you doing? What's going on?
What are you doing? Oh, goodness. Like, what the heck is she going to cover that shit with? A moon? What's she going to cover that up? How do you cover that up? You got to color it in. Like his face.
Another person from Amber Rose, because Amber Rose got Wiz' whole face tattooed on her, and she had to get that covered up too. Like, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea neither. But you know, do you, Janae?
Yeah, girl. I hope you get one of her. I don't know.
I mean, y'all probably would do it too while y'all over here talking about her.
Absolutely not.
Y'all probably got y'all's dude's name tattooed on y'all right now.
I don't have no tattoos. And my first one would not be of a name or anyone else. Personally, just because my lucky relationship is like -0. So I don't think that I would do that.
Stop, Mariah.
Like, I'm more accepting of like having a name versus like your whole face, you know? Like,
the face.
That's your face, fool. Like, I see your face all the time. Like, we got pictures, memories. I don't understand why I have to look down on my arm and see your whole face. Like, I don't get that.
You know what, Michelle? I'm not even. I'm going to let you have that because I'm not opposed. I've actually talked about getting like a symbol, like, you know, like your favorite flower, like a symbol of you on me, like something that we both like. Like, oh, we like this flower, or we like this elephant, or whatever the hell, on my arm or something like that. But I would never get like something that people could know that that's you. Like, oh, that's that nigga. I knew that's his name, that's his face. You know. Like, at least me, a flower, I could be like, this is me. You know, I love roses. I love roses. That's me. Right. So, personally, but no shade to her. She said this has the love of her life. So.
You know, I mean, no shade. Yeah, no shade. I mean, I wouldn't get no names, no nothing. I don't think. I mean, I'll let him do it, though. If Jeff want to put my name on his chest,
if you want to get my whole face tattooed on you, just let me pick the picture. So, you can always say, like, your girl's fine while she's tattooed on you. You know, like, if you want to do that, that's cool. I'm all for it.
Right.
But,
exactly. Isn't he on the back of her arm, though?
I don't have the answers, you know?
She ain't even gonna see that. Like, she ain't even gonna see it. Everybody else gonna see. I don't get the purpose of it. Oh,
hey, nigga, I'm taking
from behind. They see that nigga's face.
Back up.
So, like, show me the arm. Like, back up. That's so dumb. Oh, yeah, whatever. No shade. Whatever. Last media.
Oh, yeah.
The Dove commercial.
You know what? Okay, so when I sent this over to y'all, I just seen the photo, like the photo of the black woman, you know, changing into the white woman. I seen the photo. Then I was like, okay, let me see what people was like, yeah, I didn't even see the video. So I seen the video. Excuse me. I seen the video, and it's actually like every nationality of women just taking off their shirts. I guess it's like signifying them cleaning themselves. So like the black woman turns to white woman, the white woman then becomes Latina, and then so on and so on and so on. So on and so on and so on. So then after, and then they just show the picture. So I guess in the video it's like trying to it more detailed, but the picture I'm just like, y'all should never show the picture because y'all knew it would cause such an uproar. You know what I mean? Like, why show? I don't know. I'm just.
But honestly, I can honestly say I didn't even get the uproar. Asia, did you get the uproar?
I do, just because, like, you know, back in the day of the hard times, there was a lot of campaigns for stuff like that, and it was basically like white people saying like, oh, to black people like, oh, you're dirty, you need to take a bath, and so it went into like, oh, being black means you're dirty, gross, and then once you get clean, you're white and you're glowing. So that's what it was for. That's why everyone was so upset, because it was like, this used to be a thing. They were saying like, oh, if you're black, you're dirty. And as soon as you clean yourself, then you're white and you're holding your all that or whatever. And so I get that. I just think at the round table, someone should have did their research a little bit better, just because now no one's messing with it. Like, everyone just like, forget Dove, forget that commercial that they put out. I'm like, y'all kind of ruined your image regardless. So I'm like, y'all should have done research before putting that out there.
Right. I think so many companies, and even big companies like Dove and stuff, they lack cultural competency. So they don't understand when they, like, you need to have someone of color who's going to hit those things, that's going to know, like, at those round tables, that this doesn't look right. Like, I'm pretty sure there was at a round table with all white people making those final decisions. I don't think they got, or maybe if someone was black and seen it, maybe they just wasn't woke enough. I don't know. I didn't understand like how that can go and be finalized and be put out in advertisement, and they think that it was going to be positive. Another thing is that so many companies are so quick to apologize, though. Like, so many people are so quick to apologize to us about every single thing that they mess up on. It's like, we see your mission. Clearly, y'all not getting it. And your apology is like, we're not going to forget. So they always apologize all the time, though. That's what irritates me. It's like, what does your apology mean?
It means nothing, because y'all put it out there, and now, you didn't get the feedback that you wanted to. Oh, we apologize. But are you really sorry? Because I'm like, with this whole Dove campaign, I feel like that goes back to the whole Kendall Jenner campaign for Pepsi and how everybody was pissed off that. I'm like, y'all need to see what's going on and how different ethnic groups are going to react to that. I'm like, that just happened with Pepsi. So I feel like, in my eyes, I would think a lot of more big companies would notice that and would take that more into effect of their campaign that they have going on, if that makes sense.
Right. Agreed. So let's go ahead and get started into the topic, because I'm super excited to talk about it, and also super excited to talk about why Asia is on the show today, and we're going to get to learn more about her and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. I'm going to sing, because I feel like this is the perfect time to sing this song. Let's talk about, okay, y'all don't want to sing with me, fine. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. What's the other part?
I'm not going to put myself out there, because I don't know the word.
Okay, anyway, let's talk about sex. All right, that's our topic today. We're talking about sex, but really it stemmed from the D versus P challenge. You guys know what D versus P challenge is, right?
They should know.
Y'all know what the D is?
I do know what the D is.
Not vitamin D.
I can't stand her.
Do you know? Okay, fine. Anyway, the D, men are born with it. The P, women are born with it. I don't have to go into explicit, because I just like to explain in detail for people who are listening. They might not know what the heck the D versus P is. Anyway, there was a challenge that was brought up, and what really put hype to it was Erykah Badu. She had a song, and she was talking about the D challenge, what she would do for the D. Michael Blackson was another person who also came out with what he would do for the P, and then it got pretty big from there. So I want to talk about it today and just get you guys' scope on, I guess before we get the scope on the D versus P challenge, let's talk about what's the craziest thing you have done for the D. And let's be honest here, okay? We didn't gotta come up with no song, all right? And I'm not going first. So Mariah, I'm pointing you out first. So what's the craziest thing you've done for the D?
A lot. I have taken a nigga back after he cheated on me for the D. And I've actually flown out of state for the D before. So those are two main things I've done for the D.
How far did you travel? Like, was it miles?
I flew to Florida. Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Florida D, huh?
Florida D.
All right,
Sunny
all right.
D. That's Sunny D.
That's Sunny.
That's Sunny D.
I'm so done.
That's Sunny D.
I do know, like.
Sunny D.
Anyway, Asia, what's the craziest thing you have done for the D?
Girl, I've waited 3 months for the D. I did the 90-day rule.
That's a lot.
Okay.
I left work early, got a new weave before I went over for the D. So you know I was popping.
Had to.
I think that was the craziest thing I did. I was like, I gotta leave early, y'all.
That's the craziest thing?
Yes. Gotta do it.
What have I done for the D? What's the craziest thing? The craziest thing I've done, I flew before. I flew to Maryland. Baltimore. I flew all the way to Baltimore. That's far. And what else did I do? What did I do? I skipped class. I mean, high school. This is high school. This is a long time ago, but you know, I skipped class for the D, which is not good. Why would you do that? It's so childish, right? Education's way more important.
It's okay, you can make it up. I'm just kidding.
Whatever. Okay, so next question, and we're going to get into why we're even talking about this. And Mom and Dad, if you're listening, don't turn off. I'll be telling them to tune in. They can't tune in to this one.
No,
whatever.
Don't tune in, please.
I'm not sure they don't tune into this one. But this is, at the end, we're going to figure out why we talked about it. But another question, so we talking about my parents or whatever. Did you guys' parents talk to you guys about sex? And if so, how early, what age, or did they never talk to you about sex? And if they didn't, do you wish they did? Asia, let's go to you.
So it was here and there. You know, my mom was the very black mom, so I heard the "don't be no hoe" a lot. And so she did, just like waiting until you're ready and make sure that it's something that you want, and the consequences that can come with that, the emotional aspect that comes with having sex, and just a lot of things that you don't think about. You think about, oh, it's a D and a P and that's it, but it's a lot of emotional connection there, physical connection, because it can hurt, obviously. So she did. I wouldn't say it was extensive to where she bought out examples and whatnot. I've heard some people's parents did that, which I thought was weird. I don't want to see a porno with you. I don't want you to show me how to put a condom on a banana. Like, Mom, please chill.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I feel like they did a good job. I feel like I was responsible when it came to getting it popping. So,
how old were you? Were you super young when they talked to you?
My school did sexual education when I was in 5th grade. So I learned about it then, and when I told my mom what was going on, she kind of went from there. So yeah, I want to say between the ages of 10 and 12, I knew what was going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, my parents talked to me about sex pretty early. I think I was around the same age as you, Asia. But I think they talked more to me about it once I figured I had a serious, a boyfriend. Well, it wasn't serious, but to me, they seen that I had a boyfriend and we were hanging out. So my mom's one of those black moms that's TMI. Like, she gives too much information. I'd be like, stop. Like, she wants to go there all the time. Like, she always randomly asks me, like, did you have sex yet? Did you have sex? And I'm like, calm down. But my parents kind of talked to me about it, but they didn't. They just more so was like, I was open enough to talk to my mom once I did end up having sex, first time, let her know that it did happen, and she was open enough to taking me to the doctors, going and get contraceptives, and being telling me about being safe and things like that. So I'm happy that happened, but I kind of wish that she kind of did what your mom did, Asia, and kind of give me the rundown about the terrible things that could happen if these things happen, or the emotional aspect and how there's other things that are in play besides just the D and the P or whatever. So what about you, Mariah?
Yeah, I wish my mom was more like y'all in the aspect of talking about that, because she didn't really talk about it. She was just always like, if you do it, stay protected, and also don't bring home no babies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, that's literally all she ever said. Like, be protected, don't bring home no babies. Like, that's literally all she said. I'm like, damn, like, don't bring home no babies. So that's literally that's all I knew. Like, just don't bring home any children. So she told me that when I was like around 14 or 15. When I got to high school is when we had to talk. She was like, okay, this is probably when you might start doing this, so let me go ahead and say what I have to say before you kind of do what you're going to do, kind of thing.
Got you.
But she didn't go into detail.
Definitely.
That's what she had, but
I think detail is super important. Yeah, here we are. I wish my parents would have been like, I wish like they would have showed me crazy pictures too. Like, this is something that if you do this is what it could look like. This is the crazy things that could happen.
Consequences.
Emotional aspect, things like that. Especially as a woman, because I think, we have to find ourselves to be very a treasure, and you shouldn't just let anyone, come in there and have some of your treasure.
Right.
Or whatever.
Agreed.
So, yeah. So I definitely wanted to talk about this topic today because we have experienced a lot in the hip hop community right now. Some of our idols like Usher, who came out with the herpes situation, and also I also want to talk about, like, I don't know if you guys seen Girls Trip, but they also talked a lot about sex in that movie. But a lot of the times we don't, in the situations where we talk about sex in the Black community, we rarely ever talk about the safety aspect. And I just wanted to be mindful, and let's talk about like how important is safety and how important it is. Like, it's okay to have sex, it's fine, it's not an issue, it's not a problem, but how important is safety. And don't think like if he puts in your booty hole that you're not gonna get nothing, because that's not true. And I see my little cousins watching that scene over and over again, and I'm like, in no aspect do they talk about like contraceptives and being mindful of, being safe, having sex and things like that. So yeah, what you guys think about safe sex? And it's fun too, and just so things like that.
Like, you're not too cool to be safe. Honestly, you're not too cool to go get tested, to get a checkup, because you don't know what's going on. And I think when a lot of people think of like STDs, they think like, oh, it can't happen to me, or if someone gives it to you, that person's dirty. Like, you just don't know. It's passed around because people aren't safe, people aren't using contraceptives, and it's just something that you need to be aware of. Like, you're having sex, things like this happen, babies happen, so it's just like you need to be more responsible, and there are preventative measures that need to be taken. So just be on top of your game. Like, you got to be adult about these things. Like, just take care of it, get it done, move on.
Exactly. And no dude loves you that much. Sorry, like, to say like he doesn't want to use a condom or he doesn't want to go get checked. I told Jeff go get checked before we did anything. Like, go to the doctor, and I want to see the results. Like, don't play me. Because I think that stuff is super important. You need to go get checked. When was the last time you went to the doctor? Those are some questions that you seriously need to ask. When you start dating someone or someone that you see that you may have the potential of wanting to have sex with in the future. So let's take, I just take that stuff very seriously. And I think we all should. And I think we should teach some of our kids that, I think sex is very open now. It's in the media. I scroll down my Twitter and I see crazy stuff. I scroll on my Facebook and I see crazy stuff. So my little brother, I think they grew up in a way different time period than we do, where they're more exposed to it now. But how often do we, talk about the safety aspect of it?
Not enough.
Agreed.
I completely
not
agree.
Enough.
We need to put that out there and let them know, like, if y'all gonna be doing this, take care of yourself, because no one is going to take care of you like you're going to take care of you. No one cares about you as much as you need to care about yourself. So with that being in mind, just get it done. Go to the doctor, have them do whatever they do, and go from there. We're fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And all clinics do testing.
I was going to say, like, how you would say how you made Jeff get tested. I think that's cool because I feel like before you have sex with somebody, you should definitely mention that for sure. You know what I mean? Even if you're going to use a condom, because whatever the case may be, even if you are or aren't, whatever, you still should ask about getting tested. Personally. Right.
I have a question for you guys. Would you want to know if your your boyfriend has had an STD before? Like, let's say it was something as simple as like chlamydia that's, it's cured, it's gone. Would you guys want to know that he's had something?
I asked, like, just let me know up front, because I'm like, what if it's something that you can't get rid of? Like, I never asked you and you have the hurt. These are things that I need to know, and I just feel like asking questions like that are just asking about your background. I want to know how many girlfriends have you had. I want to know how you were raised. Like, I want to know about you, and I think that goes into your life, your health, and just everything else that you would want to know about your partner. And I don't think that's, like, invasive to ask. I feel like that's need to know information. I'm not judging you for it, of course. If you take care of your business, do whatever, like, that's fine. But I personally want to know. I mean, I'm nosy as well, so that's how I got into it. So I want to know everything about you. So yeah, it doesn't need to ask.
Right. What about you, Mariah?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's something that should be asked. Like Aisha said, like, you were jumping into bed. That's the thing. Like, people are uncomfortable to ask these things because I find myself being uncomfortable to ask. Like, oh, I don't want to, make it seem like I don't trust them or I hurt their feelings. Fuck that. Like, if I'm comfortable enough to fuck you, I should be comfortable enough to ask you about anything. Like, why am I uncomfortable to ask you a question about my health and well-being, but you're comfortable enough to have sex with me? No.
Exactly.
So, that I agree with Aisha, 100%.
Right. Same. And be aware of those people who are, like, ready to do it, and then they don't even bring up contraceptives at all. Like, they just, it's okay. No, it's never, ever, ever okay.
It's not.
And those are the ones that you need to be aware of. Like, okay, so how many other people have you just said it's okay to? Because you just want to, feel the feeling.
It's like, do you care about what I have? What if I'm burning or something like that? Like, you just don't care, it's okay? Are you sure it's okay? Because you didn't ask me what I have going on. So, like, you're just so cool with that. You're cool with doing that with everybody else.
Can't look clean. I hate people say that. They look clean.
Herpes, there's outbreaks. He might not have an outbreak right now, but he'll have one later.
Right.
That's what happened to Usher. He don't want to speak up about it because I really feel like he does. Like, that's my honest opinion. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like any man who knows that he doesn't have that STD would be more than open to sharing that he doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that he probably does have it.
Absolutely.
You know what? Speak up about it. Speak up about your wrongdoings, but I guess money, you don't want to lose your money in the process, but at the same time, like, stop being a dog. Like, don't be a dog. Don't be out here just doing what you need to do, knowing that you have something like that. Like, that is a crime, really. It's a crime. Not telling someone about that.
Respect me enough to let me know. Like, so now you're putting me into a position of something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. Like, you made that decision for me, and that's not fair. Like, that's not cool. That's why I look at Usher a different way, because I feel the same way as you, Michelle. Like, if someone accused me of something that I didn't have, I'm quick to be like, oh, really? Here's the receipts. But he just staying silent about it and going on with the trial. So I'm like, so you probably did. You probably have that going on. And you didn't think about the next person before you got it popping. And that's crazy.
Exactly. So just, so everyone's listening to this, like, D versus P challenge, and people are saying, I do this for the D, or I do this for the P, and all this stuff, but,
get tested for the D.
Go get tested for the D, and be sure that, I think a lot of our celebrities should, like, honestly, I think they need to be a little more mindful when they do challenges like this, because they have so many fans and so many young people who are really looking up to them and idolizing them. And when they see that when they hear challenges like that and see, like, oh, my favorite celebrity or whoever this person I look up to does these things for the D or for the P, then they're willing to do those same things. But in that same aspect, you need to talk about the safety and why it's important, and not just post something because, you know, you're married, which is fine, or you're safe and it's fine. But at the same time, it's like these kids out here, they think that the D and P challenge is something that could be made fun of, or they could be going out like, oh, I'll do anything for the D, you know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing to take light, and I think we should definitely look to it more, and celebrities should talk more about the safety of it before they like post something like that is, you know, that everybody's listening to.
Agreed.
So
yeah,
wear a condom, you know, or whatever. So yeah, so there, you guys have any like last minute stuff about the DNP challenge, like just the sex talk? Because I definitely wanted to talk about this because, you know, we don't hear, I don't know if you guys, you know, have any person who, you know, who really is an advocate for it, but I rarely hear it in our community. And we talk about how nasty we are, but we don't talk about how safe we are. So
I think that's a part of growing up. And, you know, if like this, if you have a platform to educate people, I think you should definitely do it. That goes for celebrities. That goes for us as, you know, older siblings, us in relationships, whatever. If you can put that out there, that only creates a safer environment for everybody else. So wrap it up. Just right. Be safe, because this is real, and some of these are for life, and that's what you don't want. So just be safe, be clean, and be happy.
Exactly. And the clinics are free. You can always just look one up and you can go to one. Do not be scared. Do not be scared to go get checked. Go get checked. And we'll put some, I think it's a good idea for us to put some like outlets for people who don't know how to have those conversations. We can post it on our when we post our podcast on like what websites and stuff you could go to, just to learn how to like have those conversations and be comfortable with having those conversations.
Yeah.
Cool. So I know this is like super serious just now, but let's go ahead and get into do you want to get into Snapchat convos right now, Mariah, or do you want to go ahead and get into Black Business of the Week?
We can do Snapchat real fast, just two of them.
Okay. All right, cool. So we're going to do Snapchat convos, and then we're going to go into Business of the Week. Go ahead, Mariah. It's
Snapchat convos, we had two questions. One being, what have you done crazy for the D or P? And then another question was, when did your parents talk to you about sex? Like, what age? So this guy named Cyrus, and his Snapchat username is Cyrus the Great. Cyrus is great, I'm sorry. He said that what he did crazy for the P, my bad, Cyrus. What he did crazy for the P was tried ecstasy. So he's tried ecstasy before for it. And, yeah. The first time that he was talked to about, sex with his parents was 15. They talked to him about sex and kind of gave him the rundown of it. And, cause that's, like, they noticed he was going through puberty, so they sat him down, started talking to him, and he said safe sex is the only sex he's gonna have, because no glove, no love.
Okay. No glove, no love.
No glove, no love. And then got one from Claudia, and she, if you listen to our episodes, you know that Claudia is somebody that always responds to us. So if you don't know Claudia, then you just don't be listening. But anyway, she said that her parents were extremely open with her when she had questions about it. Birth control, all that. She was very well informed, and she also took a sex ed class from elementary all the way to college. So she was very well informed on the sex, but her parents also were open to her to discuss things if she ever had questions or wanted to speak about it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Love Snapchat convos. Thank you guys so much for, you know, giving your comments and feedback. I'm happy that we actually had people who parents talk to them, because I thought we were going to get something that's like, my parents didn't talk to me. I know Jeff's parents didn't talk to him. They just said, don't bring no babies home. And I think boys get treated so much differently sometimes, where it's just like, what do you mean just don't bring no baby home? What else? Yeah.
Like, how don't I bring babies home? How do you make a baby? Like,
okay. Whatever. So, I'm super excited. So, we're going to talk about Black Business of the Week, and that's why we have Asia Black on the show, and she's going to talk to us about some of the great things that she's doing and some of the things that she's a part of. So, we're super excited to talk to you, Asia, and we really, really appreciate you joining us on today's cast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, this is awesome. Love to be here. Love to, you know, shoot the shit with you guys. So, this is awesome.
So happy.
Perfect. So our first question, Asia, is the the background of what the CABJ is and how you got involved, and if you don't mind just telling people what that abbreviation means and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. So, yes, CABJ stands for Colorado Association of Black Journalists. I feel like the organization is super important because it's just a platform for people of color to come together and create, promote, and help one another. Just because within Colorado, what we do and what they do is underrepresented, honestly. That's just the reality of it. So you have this organization that is putting that in the light and letting everyone know that, you know, we are here, we take journalism very seriously, and we are basically, we're going to make it, and no one's going to stop us within that. How I got into the program is because I, on the side, work for the Denver preschool program. So with that, it's just I go out and educate people that if you have a 4-year-old in the last year of preschool, Denver will pay for that. No matter what your income is, they'll give some type of funding to that. And I was working an event with someone named Gabrielle, and me and her were just talking in our downtime about like what we have going on, what we're doing. And, you know, I got into the fact that I'm returning to school to finish. You know, just like the issues I've been having with that as far as like funding and what's going on. And she was asking me like, well, what do you do? What do you plan to do? Come to find out, she's the president of CABJ. So she was just like really picking my brain. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm thinking we're just having a conversation. But she was like, you know, honestly, I dig what you have going on. It's a lot about, it matches like a lot of what I do. And I honestly think we should give you a scholarship to help you out. And I was like, word. Like, what do I gotta do? Where do we go from here? You know? And so me and her were just talking. I had to submit her some stuff, and a couple of weeks ago they had their annual gala that they do, and I was basically just being honored to have that scholarship. And so CABJ gave me a scholarship, but they also partnered with DJ K-Tone, and he matched the scholarship that they gave me. Because I'm basically taking the same steps as him, as, you know, like I'm returning back to school, I'm going to school for media, and all these things. And he wasn't able to be there that night, but his mother was. And his mother was saying that, you know, when he was in my position, he always said that if he could give back to someone who's working as hard as him, he would. And so that's why he was willing to partner with them and give me that scholarship. So I was like super honored, super grateful, super emotional. I have to give a speech.
Perfect.
I'm emotional right now hearing this. Like that's some like dope stuff for real. Like you never know who you're talking to. Like you never know who you're talking to. And do not be shy to talk about your mission. Like everyone should walk around with their own personal mission and not be afraid to talk about it, because you never know who's around, who's listening. So that's so dope.
For me, it was really just like, look at God. Like I've always wanted to return back to school. I said it was something I'm going to do, something I'm going to finish. And, you know, being in the position I am, I'm 24 going back to school. And so like a lot of the scholarships don't apply to me anymore, or because I do have a full-time job and I have to do my own FAFSA using my income. It's like I didn't get as much money back to help me with that. I take out a lot of student loans to go to CU Denver. And it was really just like, this is something I want to do. This is something that I am going to do. And it was really just God put that placement in my life to help me out. So I was like, you know, it's real, it's happening. I'm super grateful for it. And, you know, and here I am. I'm making it work. Shout out. Thank you. Shout out to CABJ, and thank you to DJ K-Tone. It's awesome.
No, seriously, that is so dope. That is so dope. Like I love that. I love hearing that. Your hustle and everything, like, you never know. You just never know.
I would just say that everyone's open.
What are you?
You know, be yourself, and people are gonna fuck with you if they want to. You know, if you are a good person and you have a mission and you're willing to put in the work for it, people are gonna help you with that, because real recognize real, and we all go through stuff. And I'm saying it too. Like if I can in the future give back, I definitely will. Period.
Reciprocity. Yes. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Do what you gotta do, because you never know. Now you're gonna bless somebody else. You know, you're gonna make it. You gonna hustle, and you're gonna do what you need to do, and now you're gonna look back and do the same thing for someone else. And that's really dope. So, Asia, what are you working on? I know you said you're going to school for media and stuff like that. Are you working on anything that you can share with us?
I am. being in school, which is awesome, you get a lot of discounts, so everyone look out for that. So I purchased a space on Squarespace. It was still like $108, but usually it's way more than that. So that was awesome. So right now I'm just working on my blog. I'm hoping to drop it in the first quarter of next year. So I'm just really trying to get a lot of content together and, make it my own and just make it a space where people can see what I'm doing, what I'm about. See that I'm very relatable and we're all going through the same things, just a place for people to come, see some content, be comfortable, be themselves, and, just a different outlook, a little source of, media that you guys can tune into from a girl who's just like you, man. So,
I'm working on.
Oh, we love it. Okay. That is so exciting. See, we're about to have you on again once your stuff is popping, so you can talk about, like, what you're doing and how it's going and stuff like that. So what kind of topics and stuff are you going to, like, what are you looking to discuss on your blog and stuff?
So I don't want to get too deep in it, but it's really just going to be things that interest me that I feel like are a lot of topics in everyone's life. So it's really going to be focused on media, of course, lifestyle. I do want to put some fashion in there because I think I dress cute and I think I'm affordable as well. Thank you. So I want to put that out there that, like, you can be cute on a budget. So I'll post some outfit details and, media of, like, what's going on. And if I go to certain events, what was popping in those events, and just lifestyle, like, things I'm going through day to day, like being in school, maybe some tips on how to work through finals, not get stressed out. I do a lot of, like, cleanses and stuff like that. I try a lot of different things. So, keeping people updated on that and how this worked out for me, what didn't work out, blah, 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 things of that nature. So, yeah.
That's so exciting.
Guys.
That's so exciting. So how are you, like, balancing everything? I know me and you had talked previously about, like, work and school, and do you have any advice for people who are maybe doing the same thing that you're doing, that's going back to school, that's working? Like, how do you balance it? And, do you have some advice for our listeners?
Always believe in the dream, because it's really easy to get discouraged having a lot going on. Like, I'm a full-time student. I have a full-time job and I'm trying to get this blog off the ground. So a lot of times I do feel discouraged, feeling like I don't have enough time to put into things that I really want to do. Like, I feel like my blog is, in my head, going to be very successful and I want it to be. So I'm trying to dedicate that time. So it's really just, it's time management. It's being patient. It's being hopeful. And it's just keeping up that spirit, because everything that you want in life wants you and it will happen regardless. So I just think it's really just like believing in the dream, staying focused, staying positive, and at the end of the day, everything's going to work out in the way that it's supposed to. So, yeah.
Yes.
Keep the dream.
No, literally.
Keep the hope alive. No, for real, though. No, seriously. We're, like, on our, like, 20-something episode, and Mariah and I are very consistent. We are making sure that, we keep this going so our dream of making it bigger can come true. Right?
Exactly.
What you gotta do. Thank you so much, Aja, for coming on and answering some of our questions.
This has been awesome. This has been so much fun. So thank you guys for having me.
Come back on again to, like, premiere it.
Oh, of course. And I love Melanin. Everybody.
Yeah, seriously. We gotta put you
on. Y'all are awesome. So I commend y'all. Keep doing what you're doing, because this is awesome. It really is.
We have to support each other. We need a platform where we can keep supporting each other. Too much negativity out there. Where, we need some more support. Definitely. Anyway, is there any last minute notes? Anything last minute anyone want to discuss or say before we end it?
No.
Mariah, you good? Is you good? Anything you want to say to the people? Anything else?
Let's see here. Black Lives Matter.
Indeed. Indeed.
They do.
What about you, Michelle?
That's really it.
Not really. I'm just gonna end it with, like, everything that we do on this, show is to support each other. Everything we do is, it is all about fun. We talked about the Diversity Challenge, talked about some things that we've done, but we also talked about the safety. So we just wanted to, let everyone know, like, it's fun, but, stay safe and keep put a condom on and do what you're supposed to do. So that's what it's all about, and we're just super excited to have guests on our show. So if you ever want to be a guest on the show, then you should definitely reach out, because it's all about all of us putting our voices out there and just really helping each other get to that next level.
Oh, I do have something to say. I have a church announcement. So, a church announcement, yes. So basically, I just want to say shout out to my cousin Tay. I'm so proud of you. Your Little Image. He actually opened up his clothing store in Detroit, Michigan, and have some really fly children's clothes. If I had a baby, I would definitely shop there for my baby. So cute. So if you guys are in Detroit, stop by Tay's store. Tell him that his cousin sent you. Maybe he'll give you a little discount. Hopefully, look out. But that's about it. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Shout out to Tay. What's his real name? His
Avante Marion.
Don't be doing that.
Avante.
What's his store called?
Little Image Clothing.
You made it seem like his store was called Little Tay.
No, Little Image. Okay. I mean, he's my little Tay, but yeah, that's it, y'all. No, Michelle, what about your ATL trip? You didn't talk about your ATL trip.
Oh, I guess it wasn't ATL. I just went to Atlantic City. I don't know why I put
what
ATL.
The hell? I was like, ATL? She going ATL? Like, okay.
I went to Atlantic City, which is a bootleg Vegas that's located in New Jersey. And I did with it was cool or whatever. Even though I had an argument with my the CEO of my company though, which we'll do another topic on this. But I want to talk about cultural competency in the workplace and how the people I had an argument with in my workplace were very just lost. Just lost is all get out. Like, when I tell you some of the crazy stuff they were saying in there about, like, you know, things that were deemed to be successful, y'all gonna have a fit. So we're gonna have to do another. I just want to do like a topic on how to have those difficult conversations with white coworkers who don't get it. Right. Without getting fired though. Right. Yeah. Without getting fired. Because you know, you can't get fired sometimes just having those tough conversations, because white people hate feeling uncomfortable. Right.
Although we're always uncomfortable.
Right.
But that's another story.
So that was a crazy trip. So yeah, that's another topic. I definitely want to talk about it and give some like tips and advice on like how to have those tough conversations, because I'm pretty sure that happens to all of us, being the only black person in the workplace or being the only black woman, because we have our own oppressions in general. Like, we're triple oppressed already. So people already have preconceived notions of us when we walk through the door. So we can talk about that another topic, girl. I got so deep. I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, that was my trip. Oh yeah, let's talk about your trip. Was you
I was sick, y'all. That's why we couldn't do the podcast. I went to New Orleans, everybody. It was such a wonderful trip. Shout out to my YouTube channel, Mariah's Story. Go watch the vlog. And the other ones too I have up. But anyways, besides that, the trip was amazing. I just got really sick, and I knew I got sick the second night. My throat started getting sore, but I was like, let me go to the store, get some Vicks. I'll be all right. Next day, no. I was throwing up when I got home. I had to go to urgent care. Like, it was too much. So I was like, you know what?
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I don't know what happened, y'all. The doctor said that I probably got some bacterial virus from the plane or something like that. He said something was wrong. So he basically gave me some meds and told me to go to sleep. So that's what I did. But besides that, thank you, y'all. I'm so happy I can do this.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and end it. Thank you guys so much for, tuning in. Thank you for listening to Melanin Voices. Y'all know where to find us, because we Melanin Voices everywhere. Like, that's who we are. Melanin Voices.
Literally.
But thank you again, Asia, so much for being on the show. We really, really appreciate it. We love you, and we can't wait to have you on again once everything is like, up and running.
Love you guys too. I will definitely be available. Just let me know.
All right, cool. All right, we out. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.